What would a country do when its coast is crowded, its future unbalanced, and its identity still incomplete? In the late 1950s, Brazil answered that question with one of the boldest projects of the 20th century: build a brand new capital right in the heart of the country. I'm JP, and this is Brazilian Curiosities. Today we're going to explore how the city of Brasília didn't just change the map, it changed a nation. And you'll want to stick with me till the end, because the final fact I'm going to share will truly surprise you. So, let's rewind. The idea of moving Brazil's capital inland wasn't new. It actually dates back to the 18th and 19th centuries. Leaders and thinkers dreamed of a capital that wasn't vulnerable on the coast, a city that could pull the country's population and development away from the crowded seaside strips of Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. The goal was to integrate the vast, undeveloped interior, to truly make Brazil a unified nation from coast to its very core. It was a powerful, persistent idea, this dream of a central capital. This wasn't just talk. The dream became an official mission when the first Brazilian Republic was established. In 1891, the country's new constitution didn't just suggest the move, it mandated it. It enshrined the idea of a new federal district, a future capital, deep within the Brazilian highlands. This was a constitutional promise to the nation's future. To make this promise a reality, a team was assembled for what became known as the Cruels Mission. Led by the brilliant astronomer and surveyor Louis Cruels, this expedition set out into the wild Central Plateau. Their job was to map the land, study the climate, and find the perfect spot for this future city. They identified a 14,400 square kilometer area, the very ground where Brasília would one day rise. They saw the potential for a great city with its high altitude, temperate climate, and abundant water sources. They laid the literal groundwork for a dream. But for decades, that's all it remained, a dream on a map. Then came President Juscelino Kubitschek. In 1956, with his electrifying campaign slogan, 50 Years of Progress in 5, he made building the new capital his signature project. He wasn't just fulfilling an old constitutional clause, he was making a statement to the world. Brazil was a country of the future, and it needed a capital to match. From 1956 to 1960, in a whirlwind of ambition and sheer willpower, Brasília was built. It was an undertaking of epic proportions, attracting workers from all over Brazil, who became known as the Candangos. They worked around the clock, in the middle of nowhere, to construct a city from scratch in just 41 months. It was a national obsession, a symbol of progress that captured the imagination of the entire country. But what would this city of the future look like? A national competition was held to decide its design, and the winning entry came from urban planner Lúcio Costa. His plan, known as the Plano Piloto or pilot plan, was simple yet revolutionary. He designed the city in the shape of a bird or an airplane, with two main axes. The monumental axis would house all the government buildings, the heart of the nation's power. Perpendicular to it, the residential axis would be home to the city's inhabitants, organized into self-sufficient super quadras or super blocks. To bring this vision to life, Costa teamed up with the visionary architect Oscar Niemeyer. Niemeyer gave Brasília its unforgettable modernist identity. He rejected the straight lines and rigid boxes of traditional architecture and instead embraced sweeping curves, bold forms, and reinforced concrete. His buildings look like sculptures. Think of the National Congress, with its iconic twin towers flanked by a dome and a bowl, representing the two houses of Parliament. Or the Metropolitan Cathedral, with its 16 concrete columns reaching up to the sky like a crown of thorns or hands in prayer. Niemeyer used pilotis, slender columns, to lift buildings off the ground, creating a sense of lightness and opening up vast green spaces for public use. The city was designed to feel open, democratic, and monumental all at once. The creation of Lake Paranoá, a huge artificial lake, was another masterstroke. It improved the region's humidity and provided a stunning recreational space, its water reflecting the city's unique skyline. This was more than just city planning. It was nation building through art and architecture. On paper, Brasília was a utopian dream. It was designed to be a symbol of equality and national unity. The superblocks were meant to be classless, with politicians, civil servants, and workers living side by side in identical apartment buildings. The city's layout was meant to eliminate traffic jams and create a harmonious balance between work, life, and nature. But the reality, as it so often is, was far more complex. The construction itself came at an immense cost, contributing to a period of high inflation in Brazil. And the promised social equality never fully materialized. While the elite moved into the pilot plan, many of the candangos, the very workers who built the city, were pushed out to hastily built satellite towns on the periphery. This created a new kind of segregation, a stark contrast between the pristine, planned city center and the sprawling, often underserved communities around it. Despite these challenges, Brasília's cultural and architectural significance was undeniable. In 1987, just 27 years after its inauguration, UNESCO declared Brasília a World Heritage Site. This was unprecedented. It was the first, and still the only, 20th century city to receive this honor. The recognition celebrated the city's innovative design and its symbolic power as a masterpiece of modern urbanism. But it also locked the city's original plan in place, raising questions about its future. How can a city that is a protected monument adapt and grow? How can it solve its social problems while preserving its unique architectural heritage? These are the debates that shape Brasília today. So, more than 60 years later, why does Brasília still matter? It's far more than just a collection of government buildings. It stands as a powerful symbol of Brazil's ambition, its capacity for innovation, and its long-standing drive for regional balance. It's a testament to the idea that with enough vision and will, you can literally build the future. For anyone visiting, it's an experience like no other. Walking along the monumental axis is like stepping into a different world. You can explore the breathtaking cathedral, see the seat of power at the Praça dos Três Poderes, the Square of the Three Powers, and watch the sunset reflect off the waters of Lake Paranoá. It's a city that invites you to think big. And now for that surprising fact I promised. You might think a city so meticulously planned would be rigid, but Brasília is home to one of the largest rock music scenes in Brazil. In the 80s and 90s, bands like Legião Urbana and Capital Initial emerged from Brasília's superblocks, creating a unique sound that defined a generation. It turns out that this utopian city, with its vast open spaces and sometimes isolating design, was the perfect incubator for youthful rebellion and creativity. It is a reminder that even the most controlled environments can give birth to the most unexpected and vibrant culture. A city built for bureaucrats became a cradle for rock and roll. If you enjoyed this journey through Brazil's bold capital, please give this video a like, subscribe to Brazilian Curiosities, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure. In upcoming videos, I'll be bringing you some of the hidden gems around Brasília and sharing stories that no tourist guide will ever tell you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.